My name is Lowell, and I live at 188 Ledge Road in the town of Ulster. Until recently, I lived in the city of Kingston for over 40 years, and I once had the privilege of serving on the Landmarks Commission. Like most of us, I'm in love with the city's history and historic architecture. We've looked at that empty space on North Front Street for a long time. Finally, something has happened. The challenge for a developer at that very important location, at the very center of Kingston's history and its Uptown National Historic District, is great. And I know that the developers are appreciative of the importance of the location, and we should thank them for taking on the challenge of a project that was bound to raise some very high expectations. And I don't think it should be surprising that their design is not quite there yet. I believe there could easily be some question about whether the size of the proposed buildings is too large, whether or not some apartments should be set aside as affordable, but I would like to withhold comment on those aspects so that I can focus on the main thing I want to say. To my mind, the visual impact report reveals an exterior or facade design that does not come anywhere close to relating to the significance of its site in the Stockade District. These buildings could be anywhere. I don't see any character. I could almost say I don't see any architecture. I'm pretty sure the designers have checked off the various points on almost any design guideline for new buildings in historic districts. While that may be necessary, it is not sufficient. As I recall, the developers have in fact asked for community input on the design. The problem is that when you present a design that you ask people to modify, there is already a design underway. The responsibility has to be the developers, and I realize that for this site is a great challenge. I don't know what the right design for the exterior of the buildings would be. I would have to see it. But I will reluctantly offer a few thoughts, and I'm sure there are many other thoughts that many other people could have.
30 seconds.
Ultimately, it is the designer's responsibility, the developer's responsibility to come up for a design that meets the requirements. The two or three materials most associated with this site are limestone, bluestone, and bricks. It is possible to apply decoration or variation to these materials. Think of different shades of brick and stone, bar relief, brick patterns.
Time.
The use of metal on some of the bays shown in the present design seems artificial to me. The hotel-like building seems to be an example of fake vintage. The masses that are most visible from the rear seem motel-like, and there's really no way not to separate them visually, this part of the project from the historic frontage.
Lowell, time.
I believe that the developers need the opportunity to rework the design.
If you want to give us a copy of your statement.
Be afforded by an extended environmental review, and I urge the planning board to declare such a review. Thank you.
Thank you.